But then all of a sudden, the plane started to dive. And I hear the pilot say, brace for impact. Brace for impact. Do you know what brace for impact means?
It's ready to fall, to crash.
It's ready to crash. طار الطير. كل اللي في الطائرة اللي يصيح، اللي قرفان، اللي يتشهد. And I'm sitting there, and like my whole life is flashing before my eyes. And when I look to the side, there was this guy by the window. He was very calm. And then when they say brace for impact, he goes like this. Like it was nothing. However, the pilot was able to pull the plane up and we landed safely and everything was fine. Of course, the first thing I had to do is go into the bathroom to change my underwear. But then when I was walking outside of the plane, I saw the same guy. And I went to him and I said, ما شاء الله عليك. ما في خوف, ما في شيء. What's your secret? Why weren't you scared? And he said, honestly, I have nothing to live for. ما عندي داعي في الحياة خلاص. If I die now, it's no big deal. I have nothing to live for. And ladies and gentlemen, that's a very dangerous feeling. When you live your life and you have nothing to live for. In my talk today, I'll be talking about from desire into mission, the journey to success, رحلة النجاح. It starts with a desire. May I have your attention, please, on the side? Thank you. So we start with a desire. And what do we mean by desire? الرغبة. Every person has one of four desires. Either the desire to be rich, the desire to be famous, to be powerful, or to be influential. رغبة الشخص، كل إنسان فينا عنده رغبة، إما إنه أكون إنسان راعي فلوس، ولا مشهور، ولا راعي منصب، أو إنه يكون إنسان مؤثر في الناس. And each one of you has one of these desires. Now, some of you might say, well, I want to be all of them. That's fine. But what is the most important one to you? What is your most important desire? So in a piece of paper in front of you, I want you to write, what is your desire? One of those. It's okay if you desire to be rich, that's fine. To be famous, that's okay. At least you know what is your desire. رغبتك وش؟ فلوس، شهرة، منصب, or influence. تأثير على الناس. Because once you find out what is your desire, you move to the next step, which is the talent. A study by Harvard University has proven that every human being on earth possesses one or more of 8 types of intelligence or talents. And we'll go through them right now. The first one is called the linguistic, اللغوية, الذكاء اللغوي. Now, how do you know that you are a linguistic person? A linguistic person is the person who can learn languages very easy, enjoys reading and writing, loves poetry, and can just memorize things easily. Are you that kind of person? Do you love languages? Do you love to read and write? How many linguistic people here? Anybody? There you go. The second type of intelligence is called the logical or mathematical intelligence. If you are a person who loves numbers and math and puzzles, then you have a logical intelligence. ذكاء المنطقي. لأنك إنسان تحب الأرقام وتحب الألغاز. عندك ذكاء منطقي. How many logical intelligent people here? The third type of intelligence is called the body intelligence. If you're a person who loves to spend most of your time outside, you love sports, and because you spend most of your time outside and you move a lot, you sleep for a very long amount of hours. If you're a person who enjoys to do things with their hands, crafts, then you are a body intelligent. الذكاء الحسي. لأنك إنسان تحب الرياضة وتطلع برا وتتمشى وكذا، عندك الذكاء الحسي. How many body intelligent people here? Really? Nobody? Okay, we got some. The next step is the interpersonal intelligence. Now, interpersonal intelligence is a person who is very social. How many of you has a friend, as soon as you walk into a party, he can click with everybody? You have a lot of friends. You are a natural leader. You cannot be alone. You hate to be alone. الذكاء الاجتماعي، إنسان تخلط في الناس يعني معارفك واجد وتسلك مع ده وده. Then you have an interpersonal intelligence. How many people here with this kind of intelligence? Right. Next, the interpersonal intelligence. You're a person who respects time, can set your goal very well. And if you are in a relationship, you invest so much in that relationship. People with interpersonal intelligence are very romantic people. How many people with that kind of intelligence? Yeah. Oh. Next, the musical intelligence. If you're a person who has a good voice, loves tunes, and you can analyze a tune very well. I know some of you might have a friend who says, have you ever heard that song that goes like this? And he can break tunes very easily and can understand tunes. If you are that kind of person, then you have a musical intelligence. How many people with a musical intelligence? 2, 3, 4. Spatial intelligence. If you are a person who loves photography and colors and drawing, and you can identify locations easily. Where's north and south? I cannot know where's north and south. But if you are that kind of person, then you have spatial intelligence. How many people with spatial intelligence? And finally, the naturalist intelligence. If you're a person who enjoys nature, loves animals and pets, fascinated by how the human body works, then you are a person with a naturalist intelligence. How many people with this kind of intelligence? Now, why is it important to identify your intelligence? Because now you know where's your desire, and now you know where is your strength. So if you're a person with a bad intelligence, and your desire is to be famous, what can you be?
Social.
يعني إذا أنت مثلا عندك ذكاء حسي ورغبتك إنك تكون إنسان مشهور، إيش يمكن تكون؟ لاعب كورة. صحيح؟ So you use your desire، الرغبة حقك، and you use your talent، الذكاء اللي عندك، to find out exactly where can you fit. Now, next in the journey to success is hobby, الهواية. You know your talent، الرغبة اللي عندك، الذكاء اللي عندك. Now you use it as a talent, as a hobby, sorry. And what do you mean by as a hobby? In your spare time, you will do it. لأنك فاضي تستخدم هذه الهواية. بس لأنك فاضي. So, in the shower, you might sing. Once you take a shower, or something. When you're outside, you take photos. You draw. Some of you now are getting bored with me talking, so you take a piece of paper and you start drawing. But you do it when you're free. لما تكون فاضي تمارس هالهواية. بس لما تكون فاضي. And for most people, it remains a hobby. You know that you can draw, but you don't do much in it. Only when free all day. أعرف ألعب كورة، بس لما أكون فاضي بس واحد. خليني أركز على دراسة على الجامعة فقط. And few people move to the next step, which is the habit. Turning your hobby into a habit. Now, what is the difference between a hobby and the habit? شو الفرق ما بين الهواية والعادة? The hobby, you do it when you're free, as we said earlier. You do it because it's fun. أنا بسطتين إني راح ألعب. So it's fun for me. That's why I actually do it. And you're conscious when you do it, which means أنت مخطط في بالك إن يوم من الأيام بطلع اليوم أرجع على أخوياي وأروح ألعب كورة ولا أروح أرسم ولا أصور. So you plan it ahead of time. And you might have a lot of hobbies. A habit is different. You do it in a regular basis. تعملها دائما. العادة ما تجيش دائما. And you do it because it feels good. لأنك إذا أنت عندك عادة وما جاء يوم أنت ما عملتها تحس speak Chinese. How many of you have heard of people who work in like satorp or like Aramco or like one of these big companies? As soon as they retire, they still go to work. Even after they retire, they still go to work. Why? Because like it's in the blood. خلاص أصبحت عادة عنده إنه يروح دوم. تقاعد لسه يروح دوم. Because it's a habit. And you might have only few habits. Now, how do we turn your hobby into a habit? كيف تحول الهواية حقك إلى عادة؟ عادة تمارسها أنت كل يوم. The rule says, if you do, which is a proven rule by the way, if you do anything for 21 days, it will become a habit. لو تسوي أي شيء بحياتك 21 يوم متواصلة يصير عادة. مش صعب عليك أن تتخلص من هذه العادة. If you smoke for 21 days, you smoke for the rest of your life. If you go into the gym and lift weight for 21 days, you probably go to the gym every single day. So now, in the piece of paper that you have, you wrote a talent. Whether it's photography or sports or nature or whatever talent that you have. And set yourself a schedule, 21 days. I will do this for 21 days. الهواية اللي عندك حط لنفسك الجدول 21 يوم. راح امارس هذه الهواية لمدة 21 يوم، اضغط على نفسي عشان تصير عادة. Because once it's a habit, you will excel it. The next one is passion. Now it's a habit, you turn it into a passion. And what do you mean by passion? You invest money, and you invest a very specific time of your day chasing that talent. And in the passion phase, you have to set exactly what is your dream. And it has to be a very measurable dream. لازم يكون عندك هدف. والهدف هذا يعني هدف حسي. أقدر أني أوصل لهذا الهدف. I was giving a speech a month ago or so to a bunch of new engineers. And I asked them, what do you want to be in 5 years or 10 years? And I always hear this, I want to be a successful engineer. How about you, sir? I want to be a successful engineer. How about, I want to be a successful engineer. Okay, what is a successful engineer? How do you tell yourself, I've been a successful engineer? There is no target that you can hit. ما عندك انت هدف معين عشان اوصل. إذا ما عندك انت هدف معين, it's easy for you to give up after والله خلاص أنا أحس إني خلاص وصلت. So set yourself a very specific goal. I'll give you an example. If you have a body intelligence, ذكاء حسي, and you want to be famous, بكون مشهور, my very specific target is one day I will play a game with the soccer team. يوم من الأيام راح ألعب مباراة مع المنتخب. So now you know exactly that. I will not stop until I get to that point. And ask for help. Because we talked earlier about the intelligence that you have, the talent that you have, but you might be weak in some other areas. And once you set yourself that very specific goal, you might find out that I might need some other intelligence that I don't have. So what do? Ask for help. Look at people that you know who are very good at the other type of intelligence and ask for help. لما يكون أنت عندك ذكاء من أحد الذكاءات هذه، بس تكون أنت ضعيف في نوع ثاني. شوف من أخوياك من اللي حواليك اللي عندهم من قدرة الذكاء الثاني، اطلب مساعدة. Ask for help. And you will be surprised how many people are willing to jump. If I ask you, please, I need help in this, in something, and I know that you're really good at it. Oh, really? Okay. And then you will help. So don't be ashamed to ask for help. And the rule is 10% of whatever you make goes into developing yourself. 10% من المدخول اللي يدخل عليه ماليا 10% يذهب إلى تطوير نفسك. ما هو بس حلقات طالع، لا 10% لتطوير نفسك. 10% is to develop you. If you like to draw, 10% goes into buying canvases and colors and so on. You like to take photos, 10% goes into buying that very expensive cameras that you always want. 10%, whatever you make, goes into developing you. Set it aside. Promise yourself, I will spend this in my talent and in my home. And in this passion phase, ladies and gentlemen, you might spend months and years chasing that dream. It might sometimes get too hard, too difficult, and it's easy for you to just give up. But think of yourself this way. لا يبلغ مؤمن من جهل مرتين. وكل غلطة تسويها وتتعلم منها أنت أقرب إلى الهدف. Nobody makes the same mistake twice. You can make a new mistake, but you never make the same mistake twice. So every time you try and you don't make it, you ask yourself, why I didn't make it? You try again, you're going to avoid that mistake. So you're one step closer into your goal. And then one day, you'll reach to your goal. You did it. You wanted to be rich, now you have millions. You wanted to be famous, now everybody knows you. You want to be a person of power, now you are a CEO of a company. You made it. تعبت وتعبت وتعبت في الأخير وصلت إلى الهدف اللي كنت مخططه من أول. خلاص وصلت. وبعضكم لما الواحد يوصل إلى هذا الهدف يحس إنه ما حسن طعم. قاعد سنين على قرار أخير. Once I get there ما حسن طعم. Have you been there? You feel like it doesn't feel satisfaction. That goal that you always wanted and you chased, and once you got it, it's no big deal. Why isn't it a big deal? Because we forget to celebrate our success. To give ourselves a gift or a prize. You remember that 10% I told you to put aside? In that 10%, promise yourself something. Once I reach to that goal that I always wanted, I'm going to buy myself something. A car, a watch, or ladies, a handbag maybe, I don't know. Buy yourself a gift. Because you deserve that gift. You wanted something for years and you tried and you made it. You deserve that gift. Give yourself that gift. Treat yourself. Celebrate your success. But then, after you celebrate your success, now what? بعد ما وصلت إلى الهدف اللي كنت تبغاه طيب الحين يسوي. Have you been there? You wanted something so bad that once you got to it, then you ask yourself, what's next? And I know I asked myself the same question. Right after I won the championship, a lot of people came up to me, Mohammad, what's your next step? I said, no, I have no idea, I don't know. And I really didn't know what's next. What's next? Have you ever heard, ladies and gentlemen, of doctors who get paid a lot of money? They're happy. And yet every year they spend a month or two in Africa, in a tent, in the heat, treating people for free. دكتور جراح اخصائي وعنده فلوس مع ذلك كل سنه شهر شهرين يروح يقضيها في افريقيا في خيمه بس الحق to treat people. ايش الحد؟ This guy was so rich that if he spends $1 million every single day, spend لو يصرف كل يوم $1 مليون كل يوم ما هو انه لا يحط مشروع لا من بس يصرف فلوس بعت فلوس $1 مليون كل يوم it will be enough until he dies تكفيه لين لا يموت. وش عندك؟ What do you do? What do you do when you reach to a point where I got it? Then what's next? أخذ نص ثروته ونتبرع. Why? Because you move to the last step in the journey of success, which is your mission. كل واحد منا بيعيش مرة واحدة بس. Each one of us will live only one time. And one day will come when you will die. راح تموت يوم الأيام. And you want, when that day comes, that the world you are in is in a much better place because you worked it. لما يجي لك اليوم وتموت العالم اللي انت فيه المجتمع اللي انت فيه صار بحال افضل لانك انت موجود فيه. You reach your goal, now it's time to give back to everybody else. Now it's time to put your fingerprints in history and be a person that everybody remembers. You want that day when you die and people hear that you died. They say, oh, why? You should aim for God. After I won the championship and I came to this hall, there's a lot of people in front of me. Thousands. And each one of them, they want to take a picture and sign an autograph.